Good morning, everyone. Welcome to Coffee Chat with Dr. Jane. Happy Thursday. Bringing out one of the all-time favorite cups. It's been with me for a long time, probably over 2 years. This is the Mermaid Cup. And on the back it says, keep making waves. And I guess that's what we're doing, guys. We're gonna keep making waves while the crimes just keep rolling forward. It's unbelievable. What I have to tell you about today is just absolutely unbelievable. Well, just moments ago, actually this morning, while at the same time, Kennedy is posting on Twitter that he's so grateful to President Trump for giving him this position, I bet he is, and that he's so grateful that he can be making America healthier again. His own FDA just approved, if you haven't heard it yet, they approved the Moderna Spikevax, the Moderna shot that's been killing people around the world and permanently disabling them, many of whom you have heard, whose stories you have heard on Twitter, Telegram. Many people I met at the Thrive event a week or two ago who are living this nightmare of injury. They just approved Moderna's, they approve them for different things. They just approved it for 6-month-old babies who might be at higher risk for COVID, a flu that's never been proven to be real, from a virus that's never been proven to exist, using a test that has never been validated and was never designed or intended to be by its creator, Dr. Mullis, a diagnostic tool. But we're going to approve it now. See, when I say approve, certain words in the pharmaceutical industry, let me share with you, have very significant and oftentimes legal meaning, okay? The word approval among the lay public has been, thrown around for all kinds of things, for EUA, for authorization. Authorization is different from approval. But what you need to know why this is important, it's not just going into the weeds, why this is important is because the FDA, which is really the DOD, they just approved Moderna's Spikevax shot, a known killer, for use in 6-month-old babies. Full approval. That means they have full licensure, which means that people can shoot up a 4-month-old if they want to. That's called off-label prescribing, off-label administration. Not an illegal thing, technically. But when you they moved Moderna's Spikevax from Emergency Use Authorization, which they couldn't hold out much longer because it's illegal. There is no emergency. Technically, there is an emergency, but in reality, there isn't. And I'll tell you that the technical emergency, let me help you tie together some dots. Connect the dots. You are under a legal emergency by virtue of the PrEP Act. Within the Federal Register, based upon the PrEP Act, you are under a public health emergency of international concern, which opens up the World Health Organization telling you what to do for COVID, for Marburg, for Ebola, even though there's no such thing happening anywhere. You have to understand, you have to grip the truth that having these public health emergencies has nothing to do with some scary virus that's going to fly in any moment. It has everything to do with keeping the doors open to transfer wealth, to move the money from the pharma companies, from the government's Medicare, Medicaid, into the pharma companies who then whitewash or wash it back in, launder it back into the DOD, and then the money goes missing. That's why the PrEP Act has to be taken down. And that's why Kennedy's never going to do it. So while Kennedy is out there thanking President Trump this morning his FDA has moved Moderna's poison shot from emergency use authorization, under which it was operating illegally anyway, but we're lawless now, to full approval, fully approved. But we're going to drop animal studies, Marty Makary. We're going to drop animal studies because they don't connect to, they don't translate. Their results don't translate to humans. True, but that's not why you remove them. Do or do not remove them, I mean. You need them. You need them. You're not doing much in the way of human studies, so you're going to take away the only early signal system, which is to study it in animals first, to look for animals dropping dead with the first injection or hours later before you test it on humans. But that's all gone. Oh, yesterday rather, declared a public health emergency for the state of Texas. Yeah, because that puts other things in place for the criminals. So here he is telling Trump.
And kids. I literally spent years praying every morning that I would be in a position where I...
Oh, he prayed every morning, all right. He wanted this power and all the money to not stop the mRNA, as he called it, the deadliest vaccine.
Could address this chronic disease epidemic in kids, and that God would put me in a place where I could do that, and now I'm in that place.
God didn't put you in that place. The deep state put you in that place because they made you promise you were going to push vaccines, add more mRNA, and not get in the way of childhood schedule. Can't you see he's a liar? Somebody posted in my Twitter after I posted this. They said, well, I certainly hope we're not going to be duped again. You think? What's it going to take? What's it going to take? It's horrific. And the fact that the American public just rides along with it is becoming increasingly disturbing. There's no defense for this approval. This approval really should be the final nail in the coffin of truth that shows you they're not going to stop anything. They're going to increase it. Again, I want to be really clear for you. Nothing has changed. Nothing has been removed. Nothing has been slowed down. And nothing is going to be investigated. They're not going to investigate themselves. This is not a disappointment. This is a crime.